Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the program. It is 15 after 8 o'clock South African time. We cross over to Karachi in Pakistan, and we're now going to be talking with Dr. Fowzia Siddiqui. She is the sister of the incarcerated Dr. Aafia Siddiqui. She has been incarcerated in a prison in the United States, and this goes back to about 21 years. She's been moved around a bit, and of course, the family and the supporters of this family have been trying for years on end, unrelentlessly, to try and get Dr. Aafia Siddiqui released from prison and reunited with her loved ones back home in Pakistan. Very sadly, during this time, they have lost loved ones, and it's been a heartbreaking journey for this family. I can't even begin to understand the trauma that they're going through, and it seems the only thing that this family is absolutely consumed with is the release of their loved one, Dr. Aafia Siddiqui, to be reunited with the family once again. So let's get the latest update from the sister of Dr. Aafia Siddiqui, and that, of course, is the spokesperson of the family, together with their American lawyer, to talk to us about if, inshallah, there's been any headway regarding this situation of Dr. Fowzia Siddiqui. Dr. Aafia Siddiqui, and we are, of course, talking to the sister, who is Dr. Fowzia Siddiqui. Assalamu alaikum to you. Welcome to the program. Wonderful to have you on the show this morning. And I do hope after that many conversations over the years with us here at Salam Media, that you're able to give us a glimmer of hope regarding the release of our dear sister, Dr. Aafia Siddiqui.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah, and thank you so much for having me. Yes, Salam Media has always been a voice for the voiceless, whether it is Aafia or whether it is a young girl in Kashmir or whether it is the families in Gaza. Salam Media has always been there to give the voice to those who really need it most. And for this, I am always grateful, and I hope that inshallah one day Aafia will be here talking to you and telling you all how grateful she is for all your support, inshallah.
Ameen, Ameen, Thumma Ameen.
Sister, as for updates, as far as Aafia's condition is, if you recall, I went last month to see her, and it was a very traumatic meeting. It was probably worse than the first one that I had, and which I thought was worse. Was like nothing could be worse than that. But then, Allah showed that never say nothing could be worse. Everything can get worse when everything can get better as well.
Ameen.
So as far as her physical and mental conditions are concerned, they're deplorable and getting worse by the day. I mean, over just a period of a year, almost a year, 10 months, the change that I saw was very traumatizing. And sometimes I feel guilty that maybe my going there kind of expedited the tortures and the trauma that Aafia was going through. But that is like on a personal and on Aafia's condition. She's in desperate need of medical and psychological care. If not given the way her wounds and her condition is, normally I don't think she could have even survived this long. So I wouldn't be predicting on her survival, because I think that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who is doing things in his own miraculous ways. But the new development was on the Islamabad High Court hearing day before yesterday. And the order that the court passed has been yet one of the stronger ones in this whole legal battle in Pakistan, to try and get the Pakistani government to take the right actions to bring Aafia home. And this time the court has given till the 26th of August to come up with the solutions, to come up with a treaty, whether it's a bilateral treaty, whether it's a prisoner transfer agreement, or whether it means joining the multilateral treaties that we have been asking for a long time. And if you may recall, even Salah Media did a program on that, along with her lawyer Clive Smith and also with Stephen Downs at one point, that there are existing treaties which Pakistan can just sign, and that is when we ran the campaign of just one signature is needed, which can get Aafia to be transferred from the prison and the hellhole of a prison in Carswell to a place in Pakistan, which the Pakistan's interior ministry or home country, it's home country. And since Afia is only a Pakistani citizen, her home country is only and only Pakistan, so her transfer would be to Pakistan. And this has been done in the past, and a lot of countries like India, Saudi Arabia, Russia, Iran have all have gotten their prisoners and transferred back home using the same treaties. So hopefully this, with the strong order in which the court is saying otherwise there will be consequences and the government will be held in contempt, it seems that for once we have a cutoff, a bar set there, that this has to be done by this date. If not, then there will be consequences to bear. So that is a new glimmer of hope for us.
Are you confident that the Pakistani government will follow through? They've given a deadline and they are suggesting that there will be consequences on the part of Pakistan if Aafia is not released. And then my second question is, why do you suppose that the Pakistani government have dragged their heels on this matter, and so has the Americans? I mean, 21 years in incarceration, being incarcerated for Allah alone knows what, and continuous torture and deplorable conditions in which Aafia is being kept. One wonders that after this long a period of time, the Americans would have or should have gotten what they desired out of Aafia, and still the torture and the madness continues.
Right. So from what I gathered, as far as the Americans are concerned, Aafia is a nobody in America. As far as the torture is concerned, it is the vindictive guards of Carswell that are doing this. And I'm not really sure that it is by the consent of the Department of Justice or anything like that. I think it's just these guards just being vindictive, and with all the situations going on, the Islamophobia and that, every time Aafia wants to read the Quran or recite that, for them it is just a sign that she needs to be punished because she is this bad Muslim woman, and through punishing the woman or the daughter of the Ummah, we can punish the Ummah. So their mentality, which is like the mentality of a superior over a slave. And for them, this is their mentality, that these guards, they think that, and they're in that. You see, most of the guards that take up these prison duties, if you do their psychological profile, they have this tendency of sadistic and narcissistic personalities. And this is what they're doing. And the more, so modesty is her thing. So sexual assaults and that will be their way of telling her, look, your Ummah doesn't give a damn about you, because she's always asked. And I mean, she was crying when I had seen her and said, is there any Muslim left in this world? Has Pakistan been taken over? Because, she said, they keep asking me, where is your Allah now? They don't understand that, Allah works through his people, but where are Allah's people? So it's a very interesting analogy, but that's what's going on, I think, where it's concerned, Aafia. And the US for Aafia isn't such a big deal. But the thing is, in Pakistan she is. But the issue, I think, is the politicians and the way the political system is working here. That somewhere in between the stakeholders, most of them are the ones who have been responsible for Afia's ordeal. I mean, had they not allowed Aafia to be taken, she would not be where she is, and the US would not be doing what it is. So it goes down to the whole thing, and it goes down to opening a Pandora box or something. But the actual stakeholders in this whole thing are the ones that we need to get our voices to. And I'm hoping through Salah Media and through other media outlets and through the social media as well, we can get our point across.
Okay, let's go for our first ad break, Dr. Fowzia. We'll be back with you in a minute or two to continue this discussion for at least another 5 minutes or so, inshallah.
Day by day, this is Salam Media.
Contact Lenasia Livestock and Poultry for all your sadaqah, akika and kurbani requirements. We offer clean, hygienic abattoir style and refrigeration facilities. Sheep, goat and cows are available at competitive market-related prices, direct to the public. We slaughter, slice and distribute on your behalf. But that's not all. Introducing Meat Masters Halal Butchery, our sister company situated on our farm in Lenasia. Unbeatable prices on lamb, beef and chicken. Lenasia Livestock and Poultry. Livestock is our business. We are Sanha approved. Telephone 011 857 1774. Call now.
You know, it's a wonder how kids get anything done these days. With all the distractions, when do they even get time to study? As a mother, all I can really do is make sure they have all they need to perform at their best. That's why I choose to include Sunfoil, triple refined pure sunflower oil with every meal I make. Naturally cholesterol-free and approved by the Heart and Stroke Foundation as part of a balanced eating plan. So whether I'm cooking, frying or baking, I know every dish will be a wholesome one. Sunfoil, now we're cooking.
After the recent attacks on Gaza, many families have been displaced with their homes left destroyed. Through your donations, our teams are on the ground in Gaza, providing support and delivering necessary aid to families affected. The people of Gaza need your help. Give hope. Donate today to Penny Appeal South Africa. www.pennyappeal.org.za 031 1100 573.
We are here on the ground with Penny Appeal organizations in Gaza.
Discover the Africa of your dreams and surround yourself with her spectacular beauty. Relax beneath her serene sunsets and explore wildlife at its natural best. It's where the pride of Africa comes together. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve. Get to know the Big Five or cruise on an elephant safari game drive. Interact with lion and tiger cubs and enjoy world-class halal cuisine while we pamper you during your 5-star stay. Indulge in the true African experience. For reservations, call now on 042-203-1400 or visit kwantu.co.za. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve, the place of gathering.
Valley's Motor Spares. We supply motor spares and accessories for all makes and models of motor cars, LDVs, buckies, trucks, and earth-moving equipment. We deliver on time, every time. Please contact us via WhatsApp on 014-592-0925 or call 014-592-0925 or visit 28 Zenderling Street, Rustenburg. Remember the name. Valley's Motor Spares.
Are you planning a wedding, birthday party, corporate event, or any special occasion? Kani's Catering Services got you covered. Our catering services are here to elevate your event to unforgettable heights. From tantalizing appetizers to mouth-watering main courses and desserts, Our culinary creations are crafted with passion and precision to delight your guests' taste buds. Our spit braai is a talk of the town. Indulge in succulent, tender meats, slow roasted to perfection over an open flame. Kaniz Catering Services chefs bring creativity and expertise to every dish they prepare, ensuring that each bite is a culinary masterpiece. We take care of your guests while you relax and enjoy every moment of your function. Whether it's plated meals to a simple buffet, we are on top of it all. Ready to start planning your perfect event? Get in touch with us today to discuss your catering needs and request a personalized quote. Let us take your event to the next level with our exceptional catering services. Kaniz Catering Services, situated at number 373 Jabundlovo Street, Pietermaritzburg. Call now 033 342 3511 or email us on info@kaniz.co.za for Pietermaritzburg and surrounding areas only. Visit www.kaniz.co.za.
Connect and stay ahead with Salam Media. This is Salam Media, coming to you live from South Africa.
Welcome back. It's exactly 8:32 a.m. South African time. We are talking with Dr. Fowzia Siddiqui. She's based in Karachi in Pakistan, and we are talking about dear sister Dr. Aafia Siddiqui, who's been incarcerated for the past 21 years, and it is absolutely unimaginable what this family has had to endure. Back to you, Dr. Fowzia Siddiqui, and I'm wondering, when you do visit Aafia, what sort of response and treatment and reception do you get from the prison authorities? And what's the support? I know the last time I spoke with you, you indicated very strong support from your lawyers. Is that still ongoing? Are they still working hard behind the scenes to try and get Aafia released and sent back home, inshallah?
So, sister, as far as the support from the lawyers and all, they are doing what they can do. And they are now in the process of trying to sue the prison for its incompetencies and for the abuse that is ongoing. Because, I mean, like this time when I went, the first day, they had me just sit there and wait because apparently the people at the reception did not have, or the security clearance did not have the clearance that I had already gotten, and they did not have the information that I'm coming. So I had to sit and wait for like an hour and a half or so. And finally, then they got the clearance, and then they let me go in. And when I went in, the phone was not. So there's a glass, and they had cleaned it up this time. The room was much cleaner than the last time when I went, with the stench of the blood, and it was awful. It was not that awful if they had tried to clean it up for my visit. But interestingly, when Aafia was on the other end of the window and I was on this end, picked up the phone to try and talk to her, it wasn't working. I mean, the lawyers were there and they complained, and when Clive went in, Clive Smith, and he complained, and then the handyman came in and he tried. So about 4 hours they kept trying, and then they said that the handyman says he doesn't have the right screwdriver to fit on the phone, so unfortunately it can't work. They tried, yelling through the glass to Aafia, and her one side of her body has been affected very badly from the trauma, and she can't hear through one ear, so it was very, very difficult to get any conversation or anything. The
So
next
was that?
one, yeah.
Continue.
No, I mean, that's how traumatizing it was.
How do you deal with those visits, which not only obviously is so hard on Aafia, but you as her sister, seeing her in the condition that she's in, and knowing that the condition is deliberate, as you've indicated, it is the sadistical prison guards whom in their very small limited minds believe that they are in total control, and it gives them such a rush to be controlling and continuing this abuse and trauma on Aafia and you as the visitor. And we know that very tiny minds with not a healthy worldview, sadists and narcissists do behave in this way. And I'm just kind of wondering how it impacts on you, because you then have to go back home and you need to relay all of these very traumatic events to the rest of the family. I'm thinking about her children as well. It must be so hard for them to hear about the condition in which their mom is and the trauma, the daily trauma and torture that she has to undergo.
Yes, sister. You have hit the nail right on the head. It is actually, that is one of the reasons why I don't like to talk about it. You know, people keep asking me, and I don't want to talk about it. I don't, because it's very painful. But the most painful part of all of this was leaving her with tears in her eyes, not even being able to hear what I'm saying. And, you know, they drag her out with tears, and I just leave her there and I come back. And, you know, people expect me to just get back on with my life as if nothing happened. And then why am I going to see her when I can't even do anything to relieve the slightest bit of her pain or misery? I mean, what is all this? What's the point? And do I want to share the details with her children? No, I don't. And actually, her children said to me that we don't want to see her behind the bars. We don't want to see her in that condition. We have a memory of our mother, loving, sweet, humming around, smiling all the time. And we don't want that memory messed up, because that is the memory that keeps us sane. And, you know, I can very well relate to that. But, I mean, regardless, the most painful thing for me is to leave her like that and to come back, and then the condition she's in. I just keep staring through that glass and just keep looking, where is my sister? If metaphorically I would say that my sister Aafia is dead, it doesn't mean that she's physically dead. It just means that, you know, that bright, young, vibrant Aafia with the sparkle in her eyes, with this passion of wanting to do good and help others. Where is that Aafia? It's not there. This is more about this whole, my movement and my whole thing. It's not personal anymore, because personally my Aafia, I think, died the day her children were snatched from her. Any mother would go, you know, crazy if if her children are taken away, especially if she's told every day for years that they're being tortured. And, you know, just imagine a mother's heart and a mother's mind and what she would go through. But the thing is, this is a test for each and every, this is humanity, this is the world's conscience that is on trial. And unfortunately, as we can see, you know, with Gaza as well, that the world conscience seems to have taken a deep slumber into some woods or something.
Absolutely. It once again just demonstrates to us, the global south, that black and brown lives don't matter. That's where we're going to leave it. We're going to continue keeping the Siddiqui family in our du'as. Allah give you strength, Fowzia, because undoubtedly every time you meet with Aafia, you are obviously exposed to secondary trauma. I can't even begin to imagine what it does to you. And obviously you just consumed with these nightmarish images of your dear sister. So Allah give you strength, Allah give you peace, and to the rest of the family. And we continue keeping Aafia in our du'as, and we pray for her release sooner rather than later. Salams to one and one.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
That was Dr. Fowzia Siddiqui, the sister of Dr. Aafia Siddiqui, who has been incarcerated for the past 21 years on some trumped up charges by the American people. And obviously we have kept the story alive here at Salam Media. Continue keeping her in your du'as, and go to the pages of the socials of Dr. Fowzia Siddiqui and see how you can make a difference, however small it might be. Try and play a role in the release of our dearest sister, Dr. Aafia Siddiqui. It is exactly 8:41 a.m. News and Views moving along. And we'll check if our next guest is standing by for us. Please do stay with us and become a part of the conversation. Our next guest is you, Abdurrahman Tebe. We're going to talk about the JSC, the Judicial Service Commission.